Okay, I had to re-record this because I accidentally put up work from work, and I was supposed to do that, right? So the video has been redone. Um, so let me just turn off all these layers. First of all, it's looking really good. We've come a long way. I put your old image on top just to show the audience and yourself, just to remember where we were. Look how far it's come. It looks really great. I'm going to circle areas that I think you should fix up a bit. Those are here. They're just areas that look a little messy. Um, you don't want them to draw, like, certain key ones, certain ones you want them to draw attention, obviously, right? Like the focal points, like this big circle up here. They get all that looking good inside there. Make the hand look clearer here. This part of the tree was a little confusing here. I kind of outlined it. And then over here, it's looking so rough that it looks just unfinished. So I started doing paint over, so I kind of fixed some of the tree stuff. You don't want it to look that sharp. You can afford for it to look a little messier, not messier, but blurrier. So it's not like super sharp, but like it still gets that. But you can still define where the tree is and where it's not. Okay, you can afford to do a lighting study. Lighting study, like, to inform you more on like how the light hits forms. I think doing some studies of like figurines, like if you could find a figurine and put it underneath the light and practice painting, you'll start seeing where you're misinterpreting lighting. You got a lot of value ranges going on this image. Let me just tone it down. So what I want to show you is like here. You've got like these really hot spots on the leaves right here on the beard. And then like the hot spots on the leaves are hitting around 70% gray. And then like these glowing leaves are hitting around 80 to 70. But these are glowing with magic, and these aren't. These are just like, leaves on the beard. So I started doing a paint over. Ignore this one. Ignore that. I started doing a paint over on the beard to unify the values a bit. You could probably zoom in here for these final updates. All the updates here that I'm flagging, you could probably zoom in a little bit to fix them. Like, you could probably zoom in to like this close maybe for like the guy's face, just to get some details in and make it look a little more finished. It's just that you gotta be careful with working in color like this, because the values will confuse you a bit. You don't need like the super hot spots. Like I'm covering over some of the hottest points on the face, and then I think you can resolve. You'll have to do this yourself, really. I'm going to attempt to do something. Like, you got to resolve how these branches come off of his face. Maybe they come off like that. And maybe it's something like that. Like, show how it connects properly. Starting to fix up some of the. I moved the eye too. You can tell the eye is kind of looking droopy. The one side here on the eyebrow has like a wood and the other side kind of doesn't. I think maybe you would benefit from adding a little more of that viney branch here. Maybe not that dark. Keep it a little more the proper color, the proper value. And then down here on the beard, like this really bright, look at this color that I'm picking. It's so like turquoise, you know, like the stone, like a turquoise stone. That's not what leaves look like. So we need to like come in here and like tone that down a bit. So if we turn off the beard, you see how it's more unified now. Oops. So this kind of more detailed work you should come in and do. Little things like this purple leaf here, the purple petal. I think it could be cleaned up a lot more. Again, your values get really, really bright. And then like you gotta remember that like these petals aren't that far away from each other, so the values wouldn't jump that much. And then you can do here. Okay. My battery's getting low, so that's about it. You should start working on those areas. If you're feeling like this is coming to the end, get all these updates done, and then I think you can call it if you're happy with it. It's up to you though. Like this isn't it's not a class. Like I'm not like forcing you to. I'm not forcing you to do these updates. I'm just kind of suggesting them. So anyone listening to this, you know, the pieces are up to you to do, and if you want to finish them more, make them look more crisp and clean, you're more likely to get jobs, you know, based on that because you have nice images. If you want them to look rougher and more unfinished, it'll only be a detriment to you. So I'm suggesting cleaning up those areas because I think it'll get to a nice spot from where we were. Especially, I mean, look how far we really came. We've already gone a long way. So this is really good. And then again, yeah, it's just these unifying some of the lighting. I think doing a study or two of like a head bust with lighting on it, you really see how the shadows land and how the shadows work. With study like a head bust with lighting. That'll benefit you. But yeah, cool. I'll send you this video shortly.